The win could be an icing on the cake, but the cake needs a certain base. Pakistan seem to be doing that all right. 368 at the target, and at 15, Pakistan find themselves at 94 for no loss. Are they in the hunt? We'll find out from Parthiv Patel. Abdullah Shafique, 45, not out. Imam 42 as well. We'll talk about Stark as well, who doesn't even find a mention on the scorecard. But those 4 wides in the first over, Parthiv, perhaps didn't allow Australia to put the kind of pressure they would have liked to on Pakistan.
Yeah, I think that's what Mitchell Stark does, and it happens with him sometimes because every bowler they try and find a swing there, and that's when he was getting the swing, but he wasn't getting that accuracy. His approach was right. Whatever could have happened, it could have happened in first 3-4 overs, and in that I don't think he does. That happens with him sometimes. Sometimes he may hit, sometimes he misses, and today wasn't his day to start off the first over.
Those in the business of construction would know that when you're trying to build a tall skyscraper, the foundation has to be that much stronger. When you're chasing 368, you need a certain foundation, which Abdullah Shafique and Imam have done really well.
I like the reference when you're talking about tall buildings, because both of us.
When 2 of us are
but yeah, I think Pakistan has probably done really well. I think they are very much in hunt. I know that they're slightly behind in their run rate, but what they have is 10 wickets in hand.
Yep.
So from here they can build in. They'll have to take small targets. They'll have to take 10 overs at a time and try and see where they are at 25, where they are at 35, and if wickets are in hand with this ground, Bangalore, we've said so many times that runs getting chased down.
Yep.
There's dew in the ground as well. So yeah, Pakistan is very much in hunt. There is no doubt about it.
Now, when you've given away 94 and 15, normally you'd expect that all your bowlers have been expensive, but Josh Hazlewood is an exception on this bowling card. Of his 5 overs, he's conceded only 18 runs, a maiden as well.
Yeah, he kept hitting that right length, the test match length we always talk about. And especially on a pitch like this, you have to bowl tight, you have to bowl that length top up offline. And that's exactly what he did. And his action, that's something, he does it repeatedly. I think that is the reason why he's so successful in any format. A good length will always remain a good length. And that's something which, he has done that consistently. And today also it shows. And the pitch is such, we always talk about Bangalore pitch, absolute flat wicket and all, but if you keep hitting that length, it's not easy to hit with the kind of bounce that Josh Hazlewood gets.
Sean Abbott doesn't like hot potatoes.
I know. In fact, Australia doesn't like them. And at this point of time, Australia are not fielding like the Australia we know. We saw 7 drop catches in last game. Today also, maybe he was on the boundary line, maybe his feet was touching that boundary board. That's when he got distracted. But having said that, he should have taken that catch.
Yeah, well, drop catches are an expensive commodity these days. Remember, Usama Mir dropping David Warner when he was on 10 cost them 153 runs. How costly will this drop catch be? Just a quick one on Adam Zampa before we wrap up. They bowled 3 of Zampa's overs in the first 15, who was given away only 13. That bait was thrown at the batters, but they chose not to take any risks.
No, I like that approach from Australia. Remember, so it becomes very difficult for a wrist spinner to hold the ball when it becomes wet, especially in dewy conditions. So I think it was very good strategic move by Australia. We have not seen him bowling so early so far in this tournament, but I think that was a strategic move by Australia to get his overs out of the way before dew sets in.
The asking rate is clearly 7 and over, 368 and 50 overs. They're at 6 and over. At what point do Pakistan say, all right, let's notch it up by 1 gear, or not at all, just keep going at a run and over, maybe look for the odd boundary once in a while?
Yeah, I think 6 and over, 6.5 and over, I think that should, they should feel comfortable. I think at 38th over mark, if they are somewhere around 200, 180 plus between 200, so I think that's when they should feel comfortable, and hopefully not have, they should not lose more than a couple of wickets. I think wickets in hand would be very, very important.
That's what they have. Pakistan have given themselves a good chance of at least making a good chase out of this one. Won't be easy. Great track to bat on. Australia will keep coming hard at them, short boundaries as well. Remember, there is Iftikhar and Rizwan and Babar yet to come. A very interesting, fascinating phase of 20 overs coming up in this match. We'll see you again at the 35 over mark on Cricbuzz Comm Box.